Hello and welcome to another episode of Rob's Ramblings here on the Bucks and Six channel. Today at the Brown Table of Sports Card Collecting, we're going to go on a little bit of a field trip. So when I say a little bit of a field trip, I mean very little. We're just going to go a few feet off to my left, and I'm going to take you off site, off the Brown Table, and we're going to look at a display that I have set up right next to my card table here. And today's focus is going to be entirely on my Milwaukee Brewers. As Brewer fans, we don't have a whole lot of opportunity to be the talk of the league. Our small market team struggles to get the attention of a lot of the national media. But right now, it seems like my Brewers are the talk of the league as I sit here recording this episode. We are currently on a 12-game winning streak. I don't know how much longer we'll be able to ride that, but we'll just enjoy it while it lasts. So anyways, today, since we are going off the table, I am doing a handheld video, so I apologize if the photography gets a little bit shaky, but let's take a look. I'm going to show you off to the left of my table. I've got a display set up that is kind of a tribute to the Brewers. Now, I'll back up and try to get the whole thing. It's a crowded display, but I'm going to try to show you what the whole thing looks like as a wide shot, and then we'll go in close here, and I'll show you. Much of what I have set up here is autographs from the 1980 Topps set, and these are cards that were autographed by the Brewers. This first one is an autograph of Mike Caldwell. He was the pitcher in Game 1 of the 1982 World Series. Brewers won that game handily, but they didn't win the series. The next one over here is Charlie Moore. He was involved in one of the most significant plays in Brewer history. I'll talk about that in a little bit. And then we have Sixto Lizcano, very underrated Brewer back in the day. I think he won a Gold Glove or two. Then back here we have Cecil Cooper, another tremendously underrated player. He was really a great baseball player back in the day. He got the game-winning hit in 1982, the ALCS that sent the Brewers to the World Series. Back here we got Stormin' Gorman Thomas and a bobblehead of Stormin' Gorman Thomas. He hit many, many home runs back in those days for the Brewers. And I have Ben Oglivie. He was another very underrated player for the Brewers, played left field, had several seasons of 40 or more home runs. I believe he even led the league in home runs one year. Over here, I've got Paul Molitor, and I forgot. I didn't set this up. Now I'm going to have to set this up. I accidentally had knocked down my Robin Yount. I'm going to set that Robin Yount up. So I've got two of my autographs are certified. The Yount is certified by PSA, and the Molitor is certified by JSA. But since those were two Hall of Famers, I decided to get those two autographs certified. The other autographs in this collection are not certified, but I have no reason to believe that they aren't legit. This one, Jerry Augustine, is a solid relief pitcher for the Brewers. Probably more well known for his work as a studio analyst more recently than he was for his pitching days. Don Money, real solid infielder for the Brewers. Buck Martinez did some catching for the Brewers, probably more well known for his time with the Blue Jays. Sal Bando is another solid Brewer, played third base. Again, he was probably more well known for his time with the A's, but he did play for the Brewers. Bob McClure is a solid relief pitcher, kind of a side armor. Back here, I don't know if you can see it too good. This is team card autographed by the manager, George Bamberger. I really love that picture and that autograph. That's one of my favorite cards in my little side collection. Now, I don't have all of the 1980 Topps Brewers, but this is what I've collected so far. It is a work in progress. Here I have Jim Gantner. He was always my favorite growing up. When I was a kid, I played Little League and T-ball, and I played second base. And Jim Gantner was the Brewers' second baseman, so it says third base on the card, but he primarily played second base for the Brewers. So I always liked him the best. I got a bobblehead of him, and then draped around his neck, I got my bracelet. My buddies and I get together once a year, play a big poker game, and the winner gets to take home the bracelet. I am the reigning champion of that, so little humble brag there about that. My poker playing fortune. Couple other things here. I know this is my son and I found this magazine autographed by Derek Turnbow. Most people probably don't even remember him. A lot of Brewer fans probably don't, but got a little autograph of Derek Turnbow. Then the glare is going to be a problem here because I've got that light up there. But here is a autographed Jim Gantner jersey. You can see it says, well, the glare is a problem. But anyway, that says Jim Gantner, Gumby. There's a story behind how that jersey got autographed. I went to a Brewer game one day in the early 2000s, and I was wearing my jersey, just kind of wandering around the parking lot, and came across a gathering of people, and there's a roped off area. It was clearly an event that you had to have a special invitation to get inside the ropes. I did not have an invitation to get inside the ropes, but I was standing at the edge of that, looking inside, and I noticed that Jim Gantner was autographing items inside the ropes. And I just stood there wearing my Gantner jersey, looking forlorn at the event going on. And finally, some guy from inside the ropes saw me and came over to me, and he said to me, "I bet you want your jersey autographed, don't you?" And I said, "Of course I want my jersey autographed," but I was outside of the ropes. I couldn't get into the event. So he offered to take my jersey and get in line and wait until and get it autographed for me. So I took my jersey off, gave it to this stranger, and I watched him. He got in line. He waited, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 minutes in line to get this autographed, and he brought it back to me. And so now I've got this autographed Jim Gantner jersey. And again, I apologize for the glare. That light is just atrocious, but anyway, that's the story behind that jersey being autographed. I have a couple of other items I want to point out here on the table. These ticket stubs, I've got 7 ticket stubs, and these are all for the same game, and they are all unused. And the reason that they are unused, I'll talk about that. I don't know if I can get the camera to focus on that, but it says October 3rd, 1999, bringing down the house. It's closing time. So what this was supposed to have been was the last game ever played at Milwaukee County Stadium. I had made plans with my family to go to that game and celebrate the last game at the stadium. However, during the course of that process, when they were building the new stadium, Miller Park, there was a tragic accident where a crane fell over, and there was a delay in the opening of the new stadium, so Milwaukee County Stadium had to be open for one more year. So this game ended up not being the last ever game at County Stadium, and we didn't actually end up going to this game. But I still have the ticket stubs, so that's a little backstory there. Got another ticket stub here that I want to point out. This is from Wednesday, April 29th, 2009. It's the Brewers versus the Pirates. And the reason why this ticket stub is special to me is because that is the first game I ever took my son Ryan to go see a Major League Baseball game. And this game was remarkable. I mean, I remember it anyways, just because of the significance bringing my son to his first baseball game. But also, Giovanni Gallardo, who was the Brewers' ace pitcher during that time, was pitching in this game, and he was an absolute stud. He pitched a complete game shutout. Well, now that I say that, he may have only gone 8 innings, but he gave up 0 runs. The Brewers won the game 1-0, and wouldn't you know it, the only run of the game was a home run by Giovanni Gallardo. So Giovanni was definitely the stud of the day, and I will never forget that day. My son Ryan, he was only 3. He was going to turn 4 in a couple of months after this, so he doesn't remember it very much at all. But I remember pretty much every detail of that day. A couple of other things I have here. This little ring here. This is a replica of the Brewers Championship, American League Championship ring that I got that from a buddy of mine. That was like a giveaway that they had at the stadium one day. I have a Robin Yount Topps tribute card. Nothing too terribly special about that other than I just love Topps tribute cards. I've got a few of those. I'm probably going to do an episode on Topps tribute. And this is a pretty cool looking Robin Yount card. That, and then here in the background, I'm going to try to snag this. Oh, there goes Robin Yount again. I have a belt buckle that's commemorating the 1982 American League champions, Milwaukee Brewers, with the ball and glove logo. Now, on the back of this, I don't know if I can get it where you can see it in the light, but it says, "To Rob from Tom Mindell." And Tom Mindell is a guy from my hometown of Eau Claire, Wisconsin, who was actually the original designer of that ball and glove logo. So when the Brewers won the American League Championship, he had held an event and he was doing engravings on items like this. And my parents bought me that belt buckle and I've held on to it ever since. So it's a pretty cool item. And then back in the background here, what I have here is a jumbo card of Robin Yount. This is a Topps Emanate. That is numbered to 50. It's numbered on the back, so I'm not going to pull it out of the case and show you that. But it is numbered to 50, and that is a real on-card autograph. I learned about these cards from my good friend Brent Richards. He showed once on his channel. He's got a gorgeous just amazing, I think one of Nolan Ryan, one of these Emanate cards, and his card just shimmers and shines and it's glorious. So he's the one that introduced me to these, and I just found this at a local card show one day, and when I saw it, I pretty much had to have it, and it became immediately a focal point of my display here. Now I got one more item I want to bring over here next to my jersey. I've got this photograph. And this photograph is a picture of Charlie Moore and Jim Gantner, and it's autographed by both guys. And this is the two of them celebrating at home plate and the Game 5 of the American League Championship Series. And Cecil Cooper had just hit probably the most famous base hit in Brewers history, and giving the Brewers a lead. These two guys scored on that hit. One run tied the game. The other run gave us the lead. And so, yeah, that was the two guys celebrating at home plate. Probably the most memorable moment in Brewers history. Now, hopefully, we have more memories like that to come with the Brewers in their current run. We have every reason to believe that we're going to give it a shot. So, anyways, here is a wide angle shot of my whole display area. Hope you enjoyed today's episode, whether you're a Brewers fan or not. Go Brewers, enjoy the hobby, and stay true to yourself.